What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. If this is your first time stopping by, do me a real quick favor. See that red subscribe button down below? Go ahead and click that. I really do appreciate the support. For those of you stopping by to see what I have for you today that have been here before, welcome back, my friends. I appreciate it. Today's kind of a special video. Bear with me for a minute. This is indeed a fragrance review, but there's a little backstory to this that it's such an awesome story for me personally that I feel like I need to talk about it. So, as most of you know, I just recently started this. We're going into the third week of this channel. I'm small potatoes. I enjoy doing this. I'm by no means a channel the size of Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, Big Beard Business, Redolescence, far and far from Jeremy Fragrance. You know, Joy and Men, I don't have near the following. I hope to achieve that one day. But leading into what I mean by I'm small potatoes, now that I've gotten out there in the fragrance groups and some of my favorite reviewers I'm actually friends with on Facebook, a few of them have commented on the video or following the channel now. I do appreciate that, gentlemen. And I happened to see George Zaharoff on Max's friends list. So I thought, why not? I'm going to take a shot. I sent him a friend request. Not looking to solicit anything, just he's an inspiration to me in this fragrance world, because last year I was watching Real Men, Real Style. Fantastic channel. You need to watch that if you haven't. And when the fragrance was first about to come out, George was giving out samples, and that was one of the channels he was funneling it through. So I actually went out and got one of the samples of Zaharoff's signature Pour Homme. And I mean, those of you that got a sample, George actually signs each one of these, puts your name on it. He's very personable. So I like that about him. That was impressive to me. Enjoyed the sample. Sample's long gone. This is a fantastic fragrance. So lo and behold, I didn't think nothing of it. I believe it was like 2 days passed by. I'm at my desk in my office. I just happened to have my Facebook page pulled up, and the messenger alert goes off. Pops up, George Zaharoff. Welcome to my world, Ross. Here's my chance to talk to him. I'm blown away. Start a conversation, just like I said, not looking for anything, just honored he would even give me the time of day, because like I said, I'm small potatoes, George Zaharoff. So we get to talking, so on and so forth. I'm telling him what I think of the fragrance. It's, you know, a niche quality fragrance. It's fantastic. I proceed to tell him it's in the top 5 of my want list. There's a lot of fragrances I want. Without hesitation, he says, well, let's go ahead and take that off your list. He starts, you know, getting to know me on my backstory, and lo and behold, he checked me out. He saw the YouTube channel. He looked into my Facebook page, so on and so forth, before he even responded to me. And he took the time to try to get to know me on a personal level. And I just got to be honest with you. I've talked to this gentleman, probably in the last 2 weeks alone. Not counting the comments he puts on my videos, because if you look at my comments, he comments on a lot of my videos. I probably talked to him 6 to 8 times in 20-minute spurts over the last 2 weeks. I mean, I consider George a personal friend of mine now. He's gotten to know me. I've gotten to know him. He's a fantastically humble and wonderful gentleman. So if you haven't seen the backstory on how this fragrance was made, I will have the link in the description. At the end of the video, I'll have it in a little information bar that pops up so you can watch that video, because it's impressive. He literally scoured the world to get the ingredients to make this fragrance. And this fragrance is something special. I mean, like I said, I'm nobody special, guys. He made it a point to send out a 120 milliliter 4-ounce bottle. I haven't received it in the mail yet. He noticed in the videos that I haven't smelled Creed Aventus. He's the secret subscriber I've been talking about in the videos. He's in the mail right now. I have a Creed Aventus sample coming from him that Nordstrom gave him. He passed it along to me, just out of the kindness of his heart. This is just a wonderful guy. So, I mean, I'm not going to show you what he wrote, because that's special for me. But he wrote a special note on my card, which I'm sure he did with several other people that he sent bottles to. But that's for me. That's why I don't want to show it. Has the diagram of the bottle design on here, because this is just a work of art. So here we go. Fragrance we're talking about today: Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This box, you know, I normally don't keep the boxes, but this came in the mail the day I hit 100 subscribers. It was a milestone day, and just so happened this bad boy came in. I'll never get rid of any of this, even when the bottle's empty. Just the nicest presentation on anything I've ever bought. Every card says something different. This one says inspiration can come from the unexpected. That's a fact right there, guys. And this bottle right here, let me go ahead and get this box out of the way. I'm gonna put that right here. This thing's beautiful. It really is. The presentation on this, the contour of the bottle, the way it's shaped, the Zaharoff logo on the crown. The cap is resemblant of a crown. The color of the juice, it does click into place. It's quality, guys. This is a Nordstrom exclusive. It can only be had from Nordstrom in store or on their website. This size bottle, the 4-ounce 120 milliliter, is going to run you $155. And they also have a smaller bottle, a 2-ounce 60 milliliter, that's going to run you $95. Gorgeous copper color on the atomizer. The atomizer puts out nice and wide. Oh, and that scent, boy, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and get a couple shots on the card, because I'm very familiar with the fragrance. Like I said, I went through my entire sample last year. We'll go ahead and put the bottle right here for now. Man, the scent quality on this thing. So, release year, this was actually released in 2018. It's classified as a woody aromatic. I find personally it's a little more on the oriental spicy side, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way, because it's an impressive list of notes on here, guys. So top notes are cardamom, lavender, black pepper, juicy pear, and blue cypress. In the mid, you're looking at ginger roots, blonde cedar, temple oud, Florentine iris, pimento leaves, and fir balsam. On the base, you're looking at creamy sandalwood, golden patchouli, black amber, myrrh, and frankincense. So what do I get from this? Gosh, smell it just radiating. I wore it to work twice this week just to remind myself, because like I said, I've been out of my sample for a little while. And boy, right off the top, for any of you that aren't a 25-year-old and know the powerhouse fragrances of the past in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, this is going to remind you of it on the opening. The opening, it does have more modern ingredients in it as well, because cardamom's a heavily used fragrance note nowadays. That's going to give it that spicy quality. But this is niche level right here, guys. The quality of what he put into this is amazing. That's why it's justified in the price. It's actually, in my opinion, cheaper than it should be, because this is just an amazing fragrance. The name is fitting. Signature pour Homme. It is a signature fragrance for men. You can wear this one year round. It's very versatile. So in the top, you're going to get a lot of those notes. It's going to get a little spicy from the black pepper. The lavender really makes it aromatic and gives it that vintage vibe that I was talking about. You do get a little bit of the juicy pear, giving it a bit of a fruity quality in the top. Once you hit the mid, that's where this thing really starts to shine. That's why I say this is more of an oriental spicy than just a woody aromatic to me personally and to my nose. The temple oud, the iris gives it a little bit of soapy quality, just a slight hint, a little powderiness in the background if you really look for it. And I mean, the blonde cedar mixed with that temple oud just turns it into something special. The ginger really plays a prominent role. When you get into the base, it gets a little creamier with that sandalwood. The patchouli really starts to come out. The frankincense, I'm not going to sit here and say it's very smoky, but all the way from start to finish, you kind of can smell the frankincense, which is just a stronger fragrance oil of an incense note. It's an impressive fragrance, guys. This is one that not really going to fill a room in performance with the projection, but the performance on the longevity, it's got some staying power. It's the first time I wore it, I felt like I was underdressed to wear it. I was wearing a golf shirt, and just gonna be honest with you, situations to wear it, that's, I would say polo, not with this hat, polo style shirt on up to an Oxford suit, broken suit with a tie, without a tie, on up to formal. It's a very classy, very elegant fragrance. I mean, this thing right here, my God, this is impressive right here. The presentation on this thing, this is probably the most gorgeous bottle in my collection. The box that it comes in, he spared no expense on these bottle designs. presentation, I'm looking at an 8.5 out of 10. It's not perfect by any means, but it's leaps and bounds a lot or above a lot of the stuff that's out there on the market, especially at the price point. I mean, you're getting a lot of qualities that you would see from niche brands with this for this big bottle for $155. It's actually not that bad. So scent quality is where it really shines. You know, I've said in the past, there's no way it's going to be damn near impossible for me to give a 10 out of 10, and this isn't a 10 out of 10. I've yet to run into a 10 out of 10 scent, but this gets very close. I'm looking at a 9 out of 10 for the scent quality on this. This is impressive. This is what a professional man should smell like. It's versatile as far as time of year. You can go 3-4 sprays. Hell, I wore 6 sprays the other day, and I wasn't bothering anybody. I had a nice little scent bubble going for hours and hours and hours. You can wear this one in the summer, spring, fall, winter. In the winter, you can go a little bit heavier. You can probably do 10 sprays on this one in the winter, which might be a little more than most people want to do, but for me, it's probably what I'll do. So scent quality, I'm looking at 9 out of 10. Longevity, it's also impressive. I just recently have gotten 8 to 10 hours the 2 times I wore it. I'll say more in that 9.5 hour range. That warrants a very good rating. I'm looking at an 8.5 out of 10 in longevity. It's really going to stick with you and stay with you. It does develop. It transitions all throughout. It's got several different stages. It starts off woody. It starts off very aromatic, very fougere. Then it transitions to oriental spicy. It's got a very good warm spicy quality out of it with that cardamom and the temple oud. Then as it gets into the dry down, it gets a lot creamier, a lot woodier. It's more oriental and woody aromatic at that point. But as far as projection, this is where it takes a bit of a dive for me. I know Max said he gets fantastic projection. Everybody's skin's different. I thought I was going to get fantastic projection as well, but at most, that first hour and a half, I was looking at arm's length. Then it really got, within a foot. It created a very nice scent bubble. I did have a mild scent trail following me. People could smell me when I'd get close to them, but they couldn't smell me as I was a few feet away. I did have several people ask, because a few people I work with did know I was currently testing this, because I was excited to talk about my new friend, George Zaharoff. And so projection, where it takes a dive. If it projected a little bit better for me, the rating would be the highest rating I've given on a fragrance yet. Overall, this is an 8 out of 10 fragrance for me, guys. This is a must-have for any man that works a professional setting, any man that has a budget that can spend more than $60-$70 on the one fragrance that they're going to buy a year, or if you're a fragrance enthusiast such as myself, must-have buy right here, guys. Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This is a monster in scent quality. It's got staying power. It's not going to offend anyone. People are going to think you smell great, professional. This is a respect-gaining scent right here. If you're dressed to the nines, you're looking sharp, you have this on, people are going to be impressed. It's about the entire get-up. Head to toe, it's sight and smell with people. If you got the sight working, you're looking sharp, you want to smell like this when you walk up. It completes the ensemble. This is a boss scent right here. Bosses wear this. I'm just going to be honest with you. So that's all I really wanted to cover, guys. This is a must-have in my opinion. Like I said, if you click right here, you can watch the video for how this thing was actually made, all his flights around the world to Ethiopia and all these different places to get the highest quality fragrance oils he could get. It's impressive. God, this smells amazing. I wish I could put this right here and you guys smell it. It's that good. If you haven't gotten your nose on it, get out to your local Nordstrom. If you don't have a Nordstrom in your area, the next time you go out of town and you're somewhere that has a Nordstrom and you love fragrances, you need to go get your nose on this. There's a really good possibility you're going to buy a bottle of this, and you should. Not just to support this wonderful man, but because you're going to love this fragrance. So that's all I have for you today, guys. As always, do me that favor of like, comment, subscribe. Man, I just can't say enough good things. This isn't one of those things where I'm giving it a great rating just because it was gifted to me and because he's such a great guy. If it was trash, I would have told you it was trash. He knows. We talked about it. If it was trash, I already knew the fragrance. If it would have been trash, it would have got a trash rating. This right here, if we've fallen into the new rating system I have, treasure. No doubt. So, this is yet another one, guys. I would bet the rest of my year's salary that if you go to Nordstrom, don't just spray it on the card. You spray this one on your forearm. You smell it, you walk around, you smell it 6 hours later, you smell it 10 hours later. You buy it. You will thank me later. Have a good one, guys.